What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with another reaction, and this one we have, what's the difference between British SBS and SAS? Before we dive in and figure out this difference, if you would like to support this channel by becoming a member, all you gotta do is smash that join button to receive your exclusive benefits. And without further ado, let's get right to the video.
At what point do you figure out if you're going SAS or SBS? What do you think they're looking for when it comes to recruiting SAS guys? When it comes to the selection, are you recruited for SBS, SAS? When did you find out about the Special Air Service?
I found out quite young when I was quite young.
Okay.
Before we jump in, what do you guys, if I had to ask you before we jump into this video, what do you guys think is the difference between the SBS and the SAS? And which one do you think it is harder to join?
As they still are today, they're within newspapers a lot. The Iranian embassy siege happened in 1980. I can't remember that. I would have been 4 years old, but that people say they remember it. I don't remember it. But I'd always heard them being mentioned, and it's still to this day is what people say. It's the magic dust of the country. Oh, they should just send the SAS in to go and get them, or to kill them, or to do this, or to. So that's what the working man is like saying, oh, just send the SAS in, so they'll sort them out. So and then
that's like so dope that the SAS like instills so much confidence into the citizens. Like they like, these are the elite of the elite. These are the top guys. If they're having issues, just send the SAS in. You know what I'm saying? Maybe some soldiers are in trouble or anything's happening. Just send the SAS in. They'll sort it out. They'll figure it out. It's just like crazy to instill that amount of confidence.
The movie, as mentioned before, Who Dares Wins. I saw that when I was, I think it would have been 11 or 12 years old. Which is still, you could argue, too young to see that movie, but I saw it, and in my mind, that's why I was like, I need to be in the SAS. When I joined the army, and when I was in training, and when I never mentioned about joining the SAS. I never openly said it to people. Well, I want to do one thing at a time. I wanted to get in the parachute regiment first. Let's get in the parachute regiment first, and then. So, but in my heart, even when I went into the army recruiting office. And I wanted to. In my mind, I wanted to be in the SAS.
I love that.
You know.
I love that being so clear on exactly what you wanted. I'm a little envious of people who are so clear on exactly what they want to do, because I feel like I bounce all over the place a lot, and but he was clear. He knew for so long, like, I want to join the SAS. That is my end all be all. That is my number one goal.
Can you explain a little bit of the difference between SAS and SBS?
There's kind of no real difference.
Okay.
They do the same. Well, there's no real difference. One is there's lots of different people will say, oh, what's he saying that for? The selection process is identical, so we do a joint selection.
Okay, so you're mixed in.
Yeah, so you do a joint selection, and that, but on paper they are the maritime. Tier 1 Special Forces element.
Okay.
So
there's not one up here and one. They're equivalent.
They're supposed to be the same.
Okay. So there's not one that's harder to make it into, or not one that's above the other, I guess, in tier equivalent. Like, and they use the same, like, I guess, application regimen to be able to join, and they mix both, I guess, candidates for both into one and do kind of the same training, so it would make sense for them to kind of be equivalent. But one's just maritime and one's in the air. Okay.
Roger that. When it comes to the selection, are you recruited for SBS, SAS?
You volunteer to do
You volunteer.
The course. Yeah.
Do you volunteer for? What are they? Do they both fall under an umbrella?
You can, if you're in the army, apply to join the SBS, and if you're in the Navy or the Royal Marines, you can apply to join the SAS.
So this is
RAF as well.
So this is basically Delta SEAL Team 6
yeah.
equivalents.
Yeah.
If correct. Mm-hmm. SBS would be more the Team 6. Delta would be more the SAS.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
And you volunteer, so you put a request in through your unit, that goes to the recruitment cell, and then you have to do some courses, pre-courses to get on selection, and then you go on selection, and it's a 6-month process, and then continuation training after you're badged into your unit. But the continuation training is then separated, so the guys who pass SAS selection do their continuation training in Hereford, and the SBS in Poole, and that's where they'll do their dive training and things.
Okay.
Do you guys do dive?
So that's when I guess the training gets more specific as to what you join between the SBS and the SAS. Once you make it past and you make it into either one of them, that's when you kind of separate and get more specific in exactly what the SBS does or what the SAS does. I'm assuming.
Training? No, all air stuff.
It's just a mix.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. What do you think they're looking for when it comes to recruiting SAS guys?
I think being blunt about it is we want people who are physically capable, whatever that means, so robust and fit, like really fit and really robust. But more importantly, as selection continues, is you need to be able to assimilate information. And time is always precious. In theory, selection should be much longer, but we're sort of cramming a lot of stuff in and trying to test and evaluate. So we want people who can pick up, assimilate information quickly, get told something, put it into practice, and then do the next skill set. So and being able to work with other people is another key requirement. So that's kind of what they're looking for.
Is there a certain type of disposition, attitude, demeanor that they're looking for?
Not what they're looking for. I think people just fall into that category.
Okay.
I feel that.
What is it
So
like?
it looks like they're looking for you to be able to assimilate quickly, like be able to adjust, and then be able to work well with others, which of course sounds, that just absolutely makes sense is what I was trying to say. Being able to work well with others, I feel like would be one of the top requirements. I got to work well within a team, and then adaptability, 100%, and be able to, I guess, pick things up quickly.
Like, do they have interviews before you go to the selection?
They didn't when I was.
You just throw your name in the hat, get approved, and you're in.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and you do the course, yeah.
Interesting. What would you say the culture is like? What is it like when you show up for selection? Are they welcoming? Do they treat you like shit?
No, it's very quiet. It's just people. Again, we're on the borders of what I'm going to talk about and not talk about. But when you turn up selection, it's similar to joining the army again. Everyone's measuring everyone up. From the instructor point of view, they're not saying anything. They're not imposing anything. They don't need to.
Strictly evaluation.
It's just they're not like screaming, shouting, doing whatever. They're part of they don't, like I said, the selection process. People know what they're getting into, but it's more of the, when 200 people or so, just short of 200 people turn up on day one, and you're looking around going, statistically about, 6 to 12 people are going to graduate out of this.
So you get about a 5% chance of making.
And sometimes it's bigger courses, sometimes it's smaller, 5%. But like pass. But you're looking around and you're thinking, who's going to pass? Am I going to be one of these? Is someone else? And you're weighing it up and just getting.
I can see you looking around and seeing like this is like my competition, but at the same time, these are like my comrades. These are my brothers that I'm going through this with. But only 5% of you are going to make it through. Around, I guess that's the statistic. Only 5% of you are going to make it through. And I don't think, is it for them eliminating you, saying you just don't have the capabilities, or is it people more so eliminating themselves? Like, I guess ringing that bell is a great phrase I've heard. I think that may be with the U.S. military, where you ring the bell. That means you can't do it anymore. I hate to say give up, because I feel like if you're willing to go out and fight and try your hardest, and I don't want to say you give up, but you can't go any longer. That's the phrase I'll use. So do you eliminate yourself that way, or is it more so like being eliminated, or is it a mixture of both?
Measure of people, I suppose. and then
So
it starts.
That's roughly a 5% success rate.
I believe so. That's what it should be.
That's crazy.
How many people came out with
That's
you?
the best of the best.
Well, we had a quite a big course, so it must have been easy. So it's like, I think 18 graduated.
18 came out?
Yeah.
Nice. At what point do you figure out if you're going SAS or SBS?
Beforehand.
Before,
Yeah,
so
that-
you know what you're trying out for
Yeah,
beforehand.
yeah.
They don't.
They don't put you into a box and say you would actually be better in the SBS, and it's that's you put in for service in the SS. That may have changed now. I'm not sure. I'm out of the loop somewhat. But,
So what happens if they have a class where everybody wants to go SAS?
that's it.
And nobody wants to go
sometimes there's been
SBS.
courses where just one person has passed.
No
Or
shit.
two people, I think, as well. And, so
That's
it's like, yeah,
crazy.
Interesting. Well, how do they fill billets?
that could be a potential problem. Is I'm out of the loop now. So the big problem is we have a lot of people. I think people are leaving now because of the war on terror is finished. So there's tends to be people leaving, and sometimes the more people are leaving than coming in. Is it?
Man,
is a
it's
problem.
really interesting just to see. We're gonna go off on a tangent here, so get ready. But it's really interesting to me to watch special operations, the tip of the spear, globally, just diminish.
Hey everybody, I'm Sean Ryan. Click here
I
to
feel that. I can understand that. But yeah, he said we've had some where only one person made it. Like, that's absolutely mind blowing. Or if everybody picked SAS and SBS, get no new candidates, then the army and military would start shrinking. And I believe, is the UK like army or military not shrinking at the moment? I feel like I did see in a different videos that they were. Like, I guess less and less people are wanting to join. So talk to me in the comment section if I'm right, if I'm wrong. Please correct me. I would love to know. But I mean, SAS, SBS, to make either one, it sounds like you got to be the best of the best. You have to absolutely be elite. I would love to hear from you guys what you guys thought about what he said in the comment section. If you enjoyed that, please don't forget to subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, and then check out that next one. I'll see you guys next time.